Okay, so we are supposed to be live right now. Great. I just had a few interesting things happening while I'm trying to get the whole technology to work on this, but it seems like we are live right now, and that will open up a whole bunch of new opportunities. So I figured I was going to go live right at this moment for some reason and just sit here and talk about the things that has happened up until this point, what has happened today, and what will continue to happen as we continue this road. So all I can do is try to hope that what I'm seeing here is actually what's going to happen, that it is working, that it is stable, and then if it works, I have so much more stuff to show you guys. Right now I can show you things that you haven't seen before, to some degree. Not sure if I want to, but because it's going to spoil the surprise. It's going to spoil the feeling when you see it for the first time, you know. So I'm not sure. I'm going to keep that as a cliffhanger and then not rush into things. Right now I'm figuring out what to do as I'm doing it, as I normally do. Because we're about to have a call, a antechamber session in about 2 hours. And this one will be different in many ways, because tomorrow we're also going to have the first core session that is going to go into the depth of what the antechamber really was. So a lot of things are happening, and I know that for those who are just joining right now or watching this recording, it might seem completely out of context, and that's okay. Because, to be honest, I've had issues trying to keep up with what's happened the last year. And we're talking about a decade in the making. So just last month has been very overwhelming. This weekend was very overwhelming. And today we are at 5 p.m. and it has been very overwhelming. So there's a lot of things happening at the same time, which makes it a lot harder to convey the story as it happens, which means that at some point you just have to acknowledge defeat almost and sit back and just allow the thing to be and see what happens from there. Normally I'm able to have people on to these calls. Because I'm doing it this way right now, I haven't really bridged the technology gap. There is still a missing link in terms of having this setup inside of the normal setup where I can just take you onto the stream. But we're going to have that later so that we can just open up for what's going to happen. And the rest of the week as well. Because this weekend we might actually have a physical event that has been taking shape over a period of time, and it's kind of overwhelming to think about all those pieces that has been in the works without really having to put them in place, if that makes sense. It's like the puzzle piece has been gathering all the time and none of the pieces were aware of each other, and right now those pieces are getting introduced to each other and it's getting manifested into reality. To be honest, it has always been manifested into reality. It's just it didn't find each other. We didn't find the correct place for them. See, I'm gonna share a story at some point that takes you into how wind sometimes behaves very interesting. Like right now, I have this parasol over me to shield from the sun, and sometimes it acts weird because it's not blowing today. But at some point it just feels like there's a very local storm, and I have a story that kind of goes into a very interesting experience in those terms. But I will see if I can get some of the tribe into the stream so that we can have a conversation, a somewhat of an engagement back and forth with the tribe, and then see if we can just get something going. I guess right now I'm starting the energy to my 7 p.m. So basically elevating the frequency to be able to hold the frequency for the conversation that is about to happen. And it's just a routine conversation. It's just one of those things we do every other Tuesday. So let's do that right now. I'm gonna get my phone. Today there's been a lot of things happening that I haven't really been updated on. It has been updating me as I have gone through the day. So it's just been happening, and I've just been seeing that it is happening, and then there you go, right? It's very interesting to see your thoughts, almost like see your vision. How do I say this? It's like seeing a story with different characters, and you're seeing the backstory of each character one at a time. So it's been very interesting the last few days, and now honestly hours, to see the backstory of the different characters in this journey. Some of them have actually kind of startled me. Left me mind blown, but that's just part of the game, isn't it? I'm just gonna see if I can find the link. Also, I'm looking for people that loves this kind of stuff, like production stuff. And with those people, it's going to be a lot easier to host these live events that is going to be like, I don't know, on Mount Everest, if we so choose. I look forward to that. Alright, so there it is. I now have to... Alright, so there it is. Wow, that's literally no latency, isn't it? Well done, YouTube. Well done. How can I share? Haha, that's so fun. That's so fun. Okay. I'm not going to create a infinite loop on that. Now I have the link. That's all I needed. I'm going to go into my dear tribe. I'm going to actually make an announcement, because sometimes it just feels... Oh, actually, no. There, Speaker's Corner. Hi everyone. Doing a live pre-event in the current sun, because the sun is honestly going away right now. Come talk, or join the convo if it is aligned. I like the alignment thing, because honestly, last few days they have shown me perspectives of alignment. It has shown me not just perspectives of alignment, but in terms of alivement as well. Alivement is something that we're going to talk about a lot, because it was a very interesting thing that that came organically, dynamically, and magically, as it tends to do. Yeah. Right now, I think we're also going to see the different perspective of the studio, because normally when I'm having these sessions, I'm sitting in a small office on this porch, just a few meters to my right. And when there are cars on the road, I have to kind of turn down the volume a little bit. And now I'm getting a new experience of the same sounds that has been around me forever. Might have to create a sound wall to make sure that that doesn't do stuff that could ruin the experience, if that makes sense. But where do we begin? There are so many things that I want to talk about. And so many things that has popped up just in the last few days. So many things that are happening that I think it's very beneficial to keep the mystery. You know, in the infamous words of Wayne, of the letter Kenny, no mystique, big mistake. Need to keep the mysterious going, but it's also to a degree of mystery, because you can't shroud everything in a confusing haze, right? So I think today we should create a anticipation. Maybe I want to share some of the plans in pure practical terms and see what you think, because we're at that point now where we're stepping out of the, I was about to say concubine, but that's not right. We're bursting out as a butterfly. Let's go with that for this situation. And with that, Petter, my man, and Vibestar, pretty much perfectly the perfect people to be on the live right now. But as well as you watching the recording, I think we're going to go into the practical terms of what's happening right now. Because we've talked a lot about the magic, the mystery, the whole journey, the holistic development, and the whole, the purpose, I guess, and the vision, and the dreams, and the magic. Did I say magic twice? Should have said it 3 times, because magic is very much a part of all of this. And it depends on how you also define magic. So, I'm going to share a few thoughts that's going to give you the practical thing that is happening right now, and then kind of tie in different elements to make the magic really pop. Because without the magic, there is no point. And now, today, I also got a new relation, a new perspective, a new person, a new conversation for the first time again, but it was good to see them again, you know what I mean? That gave me so much of a confirmation. It's hard, it is hard to communicate, to be honest. But it opened up for the opportunity that this Saturday, which I don't even know the date, but this weekend that is coming right now, which will be Friday the 10th of May and Saturday the 11th of May, there's going to be something in the town not far from here called Kristiansand. It is where our Norwegian pirate lives, actually. Dude, I guess if I'm going to sell this event, this little thing that we have going right now, or this plan, this next step, this quest, this adventure, I need to include the pirate. For context, for those people watching and don't know, it's not as dramatic as it sounds. Like in Kristiansand in Norway, which is a city, there is a zoo, and in that zoo there is a story of a monkey and a pirate. Julius is a beloved mascot of Norway sometimes, it feels like, for those people who live here. And Captain Sabertooth, he's just a... I don't know how to describe that pirate, but he's very unique and he has a story to tell, and there are a lot of, mystery around that as well, or the experience in terms of the whole universe that was created by Terraformo. Enough about that. The thing is, we're going to have this gathering in Kristiansand, and it might be a hybrid gathering of sorts, where we have a larger meetup for all those interested, which leads into somewhat of a next step for tribe exclusive thing. Like, we are going to meet up at an address afterwards that is going to allow us to just sit down and talk around the fire and just have that whole energy, the space that we need to really connect. The people that will connect on this fateful day are people who have all the puzzle pieces of this whole thing ready to go. So I'm talking about event managers, community managers. I'm talking about people with different plans and allies and partnerships, and just a very powerful group of people with a lot of resources to spare in terms of creating the next leg of whatever we are creating here. So I could go many paths from this, but this weekend I was at this confirmation party for someone who, I would say she became my niece. We were visiting some very good friends of the family, and I've been following the upbringing of this wonderful person for 7 years. And it was just weird. It was just so weird. I'm getting chills just thinking about it. Seeing this person now being confirmed. Is that how you say it? Confirmationed? Seeing this person step into the lines of the adulthood. That did something to me. I was like, damn. That went fast, didn't it? We talked a lot. I met a few people up there that was very interesting. Can't really explain how that even was possible, but there are many perspectives to this family, or these two families that combined, and the third family that was kind of the inner circle of the whole thing. So I was talking to people I knew, I was meeting new people that I met for the first time again, and I was talking to people that just came in and offered a perspective that was very interesting. Very beige, as we said. That context will come very soon. But we were sitting there on this beautiful lawn, at this beautiful location, which is her house, of course, magical place, and talking and just bonding, there we go, meeting new people. And one of these people came from a very unexpected source, and we were talking about the DMT realm, and we were talking about plant medicine, we were talking about ayahuasca, psilocybin, the prequel, or the travel, the journey before you even go into that whole realm, and what happens after, what is needed, and what we have available, what is all the things. Hold on, we have a car. We have now been talking for what? 17 minutes, and that's like the second car that has passed during this live. I'm not going to be a douche, but we do not have a lot of traffic. My point was to make an example. But here's the thing. I was talking to this guy, and we had a lot of things to talk about. I'm going to track him down. I figured I was going to do that intentionally because I didn't want to just ask for his number. I wanted to make it a quest, because that's going to be one hell of a quest. Locate this person and make it epic. So as we were sitting there, I was also talking to these other people there, and we have already put pieces into the motion. We're talking about Meme as Well, which is a experience. It's a restaurant. It is a community outreach. It is a sanctuary for creativity. It is beautiful. It is a place in Tønsberg, which is a town in Norway, the oldest one, to be exact. I wanted to move up there because lots of story there, but we were talking about the plans in terms of getting this to the next level, and talking very business, to be honest, but in a way, very visionary way, where you have two people, two parties, two tribes creating their vision, and without even knowing about it, you have these cooperative co-creations, of the vision. That's why I'm saying that all puzzle pieces is now ready, and they're just being introduced to each other. So we're talking about this, and I had so many insights and so many perspectives, and I was kind of blown away by the whole thing. And coincidentally, if we believe in those things, my sister-in-law, let's just say sister-in-law, is also a very magical person when it comes to events and different gatherings and epic experiences and all that stuff. And she hosts this festival called Midgardsblot. Coincidentally, I'm wearing the t-shirt. And there is this huge hall, Viking hall up there, and there's a lot of... It's another story for another time. The point is, she was there. We have been talking, and today she basically recapped or continued the conversation from the weekend, saying that, let's do it. Let's do it. So we now have a few pieces in motion in terms of having this physical thing in Kristiansand this Saturday. And today, like everything, the location was kind of brought into reality, which was weird, overwhelmingly positive, and just how is that possible? let's just mark a magical note on that one and then just carry on and move with the energy. So that's happening as we speak, and right now I'm having this live to kind of share just the events of this weekend that is leading into the Antechamber now at 7 p.m. my time. I'm overwhelmed. So that's why I have so many things right now, so many pieces of the puzzle and context that I'm trying to settle in the energy, focus, and tap into tribe, to be honest, to the community, and just having things where we talk openly about what's going on. And right now, if you write in the chat, I will respond, because right now we are creating something together. Many don't even know what we have created. Many have actually had insanely transformative, life-changing results without even knowing that they were part of Saga, which is the potency of that shit. We're going to have a long talk about Saga, because this weekend showed me a lot of things that I hadn't really considered, and I have still yet to find my grounding in the fact that the story that just reached a new chapter, I guess, has happened. I've seen it from the wrong perspective. Does that make sense? I've seen it from the wrong angle, the wrong plot line, the wrong... It's mind-boggling that it was right there, didn't see it. Now that I do see it, it's like, holy crap. I know I'm excited right now. I know that there is a lot of missing links, but I can promise you, those are with good reason, and they will become clear very soon. I just have been very good at containing everything that I'm sitting with right now. My energy, my insights and information, and my excitement for where we're going right now and what's happening. I'm a freaking Zen master where I'm sitting. I feel like I'm a Zen master. I should have been shouting, blowing the horn, doing the woo! But I feel pretty chill because it has been a journey to get here. Oh, my daughter and my love of my life is watching. Hey, Violetta. Hola, Mimi. It's insane. It's insane. And here I am right now, sitting on a porch on a mountain and talking as if they're right here. I do look forward to you being here, though. Not going to take it private, but a lot of things are just now coming into reality. And it is insane. Hej pappa, hilsen Violetta. Hej Violetta, hilsen pappa. Det är väldigt kul att du sitter och ser på. That's the first. I've never done that before. And I look forward to hear how she saw that. I wish I was a fly on the wall sometimes. Because I know what it feels like when a streamer on a YouTube's are talking to the people in the chat. I remember that. Also, Violetta, now you must learn English. Then you can talk to me. Next level learning of the English language. I'm pretty happy today. I mean, honestly, it's been weird that everything has taken place as it has. While at the same time, it kind of felt like it was a complete disaster and everything was just not working out at all. It's weird. And what did you need? A night of sleep and some sun and a travel and a family event and amazing food and just enjoying the calm. Underrated. I have the best family, by the way. You're gonna probably hear a lot more because that's a saga that hasn't been shared. And again, I know I'm dropping hints and seeds on the saga, but it's just a story. It's a never-ending story that is just it's taking place at every step of the journey, and it's so overwhelmingly awesome to behold, because it is sometimes literally it feels like magic, because I'm having conversations and the story is kind of following what's going on. And not only that, sometimes the story has already done some stuff. Maybe a website was created in the past and then didn't know why, and then we have a conversation and it's like, oh, but cool, we don't have to think about this is not a dream, we actually created that website a month ago, so here's the link. One cannot explain that, to be honest. That's why I'm saying like not magic, because sometimes it feels impossible, completely impossible. Hello. Say hello to my daughter, everyone. Writing in English on a chat with her dad being his old crazy self. God damn, I wish I had a Viking costume. I'm not gonna go there just yet. But I do wonder. I also wonder, and follow me on this, because this is a real concern that I've had. I would love to have these conversations around a fire with my kids. But at the same time, I'm deeply terrified of allowing the technology to kind of see my kids. It's weird. I've been trying to shield them as best as I can. While in reality, they're freaking magicians and superheroes that just have so much wisdom to share to people of like 10 times their age. That blows my mind. I think my daughter is a witch, or a wolf, or a magical person, or a fairy tale creature, or just a fairy. She's something else. My son as well. And that's why I can't help but believe that adventures and magics and all that stuff is just a part of life for those people who really want to experience adventure. Because to have these conversations with your kids, where they come with their perspective, with their current experience of life, and if they're just encouraged to really not limit themselves, the conversations that you can have, mind-boggling. I have a few experiences that I'm probably going to share at some point, because it's still kind of, it's hard and weird to talk about, to be honest, because I feel like I can't back it up to the point where it's like, now, do you see my perspective? Please give me an answer to how that is possible. You know, I've had experiences with my daughter in a meditative state where we were not even at the same place, but we were talking about the same place the day after. Magic. So it's big, right? It's so hard to explain what has been taking place and where we're going, because it blows my mind. And I have a hard time accepting that it is reality sometimes, but it is. And then of course we have our challenges in reality. I mean, there are always things to be focused on if we choose, but honestly, what's coming will not be stopped. And that excites me a little bit, because I feel like I've never felt more in the right time ever before. Feels like right now, it's that overwhelming energy of just knowing that, yeah, everything is supposed to be like just as it is right now, because this will lead to the vision that is right there. It feels good. It feels really good. So today I will have a conversation at 7 p.m, as I mentioned, which is just going to give me more of a clarity when I can sit down tonight, and having spoken with everyone around the puzzle piece board, if you will, the clarity that I will have tonight will make this live stream right now pretty substantial for my own development, for my own kind of path. I'm saying that based on the fact that just before this, I reviewed a few videos from 2002 or 2022 that also proved that what I did then applies to exactly what's happening right now. I created videos that I was able to see today, and it was like, yeah, okay, all right, it's happening. And I think that the most obvious reason as to why people are not experiencing those things is that they didn't create a video with that intent. They didn't document something of their own perspective or reality or situation, whatever have you, at some point, and then looked back at the progression from there. Because when you do, it's like, holy crap, that was possible, what else is possible? But you're never going to see that if you don't have that little thing to refer to. So I saw this video today, and I was like, wow. I'm sorry that I'm not looking at the camera all the time. There are so many things to look at. You know, I'm staring at an open landscape of pure nature with a horse. If there was snow, it would be a winter wonderland. Right now, it's just a fairy tale. And you can probably hear how overwhelmingly noisy it is. Yeah, I know. It's lacking that crackling of the fire, but that's right there. So I'm figuring today, maybe I should just make a fire in the evening and just sit here and talk to the horse. Although he's not very communicative. I'm having fun. I hope that you are enjoying the ride so far, because what's coming is going to be next level epic. I can't believe that I'm saying this again, but it still feels like we haven't even started. How is that possible? How is that possible? Like, how can we be at this point with the story so far and still have the feeling of not even having started yet? I don't know. But it makes you wonder. That coffee was so cold. I'm gonna see now. I love the fact that my family engaged, but I'm gonna look at the possibility of having someone in chat about what is going on right now, so we can have like this thing. I can actually, to be completely honest, it's possible for me to go into Sparkspace right now, so I could be in there and actually having these, I know a lot of actually words, but I can be in there and have this conversation as I'm in Sparkspace, depending on the quality of this glorified phone that I'm sitting with here. Chromebooks, not doing the best job when it comes to what I want to do, but it will come. So let's see if that works. Who's in here right now? Can you give me a little sign of life? It's going to impact how I see the potential of what can be done right now. Let's see. There we go. Well, maybe I know about one of you. And that was a journey this morning. Goddamn. I'm just going to go in here right now. I'm going into Sparkspace. I'm in there right now. If you want to go into Sparkspace and talk to me right now, you are more than welcome to do so. The link is thelegacyforge.com/tribe. See, we don't need any fancy things on the screens and stuff to do what we want to do. thelegacyforge.com/tribe. And in the meantime, I will sit here, enjoy the fading sun, and probably wait for the power to die on the camera, because I still haven't bought that dummy battery. But we know it works now. That's good. The horse seems to be thinking something. Here he comes. I wish I could turn the camera right now, but as I said, it is going to ruin the surprise. And I think that the full surprise is worth waiting for. Also, right now, let's talk a little bit about what's going on in the other parts of Tribe. Right now, guys, Mr. Sandyman is doing something very interesting and very cool and very respectful and honorable and in all ways, shapes and forms amazing. He's literally building a house. He's helping someone out in, I think it was Romania. I'm not going to be 100% certain on where, don't quote me on this, but he wanted to help some friends of his, and he just figured, let's go down there and help you build that house. That's pretty epic. I have many other stories as well from the Legacy Forge in terms of what's happening in Tribe, but I feel like I want to create different stories of that to really paint a picture of everything that has happened. It's like chapters upon chapters, which is cool. I'm also a bit hesitant in terms of what to talk about. Like, this is an Antechamber and we normally talk about multidimensional stuff, but we've also been talking about the whole progression and the journey, and to not overwhelm people too much at the same time in the beginning. So the Antechamber serves as that powerful entry, but it also, you know, it can't be fully let loose, if that makes sense. This is going to make a lot more sense when I can make sense of it, but we have a whole journey to go through together. I'm going to just post this in the chat. I'm also in Sparkspace. legacyforge.com/tribe. You're a few minutes on the back burner. Maybe that is like in terms of the latency. This is also a conversation between me and maybe the one viewer we have right now. Because here, oh wow, yeah, I see what you mean. Wow. I'm also a few minutes on the back burner. I'm still sitting there rolling the cigarette. That's insane. That is of no concern. Right now we are still in Sparkspace. So for those who wants to, you can jump on in there and we can have a live conversation. You on the live won't probably hear that too well, but we're going to see how it works. And then when I get to a point where I can actually put up the equipment to make this more dynamic, maybe even make you a webcam as you were supposed to be, then it's going to be a lot easier. But right now we're just building the plane with what we have. We do with what we have as what we can do with it. Make the best out of it. But maybe I can at least have two.
Ron, a lot of times you say things, me or you, and they edit them. So I noticed this panel.
Oh wow, you look like the Grim Reaper. That was interesting. I have this interview waiting to be seen by Elon Musk, and the host looks Dystopian. Alright, yeah, no problem. I just had word. With everything that has happened, a lot of conversations needs also to happen in private. And that's what I'm looking forward to this week, because I think I'm going to have a lot of conversations that is going to clarify a lot of things. So let's just do this. I think I went live at 4:45. It's about 10 minutes until we should be at the hour. Is it? Yeah, 10 minutes until we have 50 minutes. So at that time, I think I'm going to close off the pre-event with the clarity that I have just by talking about the things that is happening. I'm going to have a few conversations before 7 p.m. and then I'm not going to try to expect anything. Expectations limits the experience. So I'm going to be enjoying the ride from there. If anyone has a question right now in the chat, or anything that you want to say, anything that you want to share, go ahead right now, and we have about 10 minutes, 15 minutes, then we close it off. Then I will see you again for 7 p.m. I might actually have to go a little hybrid on that as well, because it might have to be a private session, but I'm at least going to be transparent about it and go live to say that we're not going to go live with the conversation, because we have now seen the nature of the conversation that can be had. The Antechamber is meant to be a very exclusive, very intimate, very secretive, almost closed off energy space, where you have conversations in private that elevates the frequency. Because some conversations you can't have with everyone. You can't talk about magic, for instance, to people who don't know what that is. You can't talk about normal life, to be honest, if what you consider to be normal is a huge trigger to someone else who wants what you have. Like if I'm talking about freedom as a naturally given thing and other people are feeling stuck in their life, they will not like the fact that I'm just talking about the freedom, so they will not like the conversation. And so when I want to talk about freedom at the next level, then I have to talk about people who are already living with that freedom. And those conversations are pretty elevating, one could say. It's very on the back end. Like, it's very lagging. This is interesting because it was set to low latency, so it wasn't supposed to be lagging at all. But here we are. I'm seeing it. It's very, very laggy. Maybe if I refresh. What would happen if you refresh? Does it jump up to the same timeline that I'm currently at? Let's see. Wow, I just got offlined because I was bold enough to click on a button that I shouldn't have clicked on. I'm not sure if I'm still live, to be honest. But it seems like we're still live. And here I don't have any latency, so it's weird. I love the fact that this is possible, though, because I don't know about you, but I see a lot of possibilities with the fact that I can take a camera like this and just drag it with me anywhere in the world, and I can have this experience. The only thing that I need is just an internet connection, which is pretty available for those people who wants it. So natural streams probably coming to you very soon for those interesting to join us by the actual fire. Because that's been the dream all along, to have these kind of gatherings, both physical and digital, at the same time. Because why not? When it's possible, we should try. Right? I so want to turn you around, but I'm not going to do it. Discipline. I'm having some messages which makes me feel like I have not enough time to fill the day with the things I have to do and the things that are presenting themselves right now. So I might have to close off 5 minutes early, starting now, just to make sure that I can do all the things. I hope that you're enjoying this whole thing, by the way, because everything that we've done so far feels like it has been a test towards whatever is happening right now. And also, yes, at 7, yes. Yeah. We're going to talk more about the physical things in terms of locations and cafes and experience houses and just the whole vision at the end of this. That is, it seems to be coming together faster than I really anticipated, and it's going to be more than interesting to see how that plays out, because with what's happened the last month, the clarity has been insane. And I'm not sure if you follow all this, but it was said so by the stars. You know, astrology, it was talking about the things that are happening right now, and if you are just looking at what actually happened, one cannot help but wonder. Was the universe kind of connected to any of this? Will we ever find out? Join us in the next one, where we try to. That's kind of the vibe I'm sitting with. Let's see. I'm gonna take that as a huge. I appreciate that. I can't refresh because I'm gonna lose a few minutes. Yeah, I know the feeling, but I will continue this. I'll close out the stream, and we shall meet where we meet. And from there, more clarity and epicness is going to be created. And I will just hang on, because the wave is here right now. That excites me. If you want to be part of Saga, by the way, I need to be better at this, because if I don't invite people into the thing is going to be empty, right? But I'm thinking that Saga is the best thing towards what we're going to create right now. I'm not sure how it's going to look, but I'm still putting the pieces together in terms of how it's just all encompassing. So thelegacyforge.com/saga, or you can go into the Academy thing on the header. And in there, I'm going to restructure a few things, add a few things, remove a few things, and make it more engaging. We also have a few interesting people that I want to talk to in terms of making that more engaging. We're talking next level technology here. And go from there. So right now, I'm just going to stay disciplined on that. thelegacyforge.com/saga is going to be the one place to get started. Right now, it is just the how it's always been. It is the information about what it was. It's not necessarily what it is right now. It is way more epic, but I haven't been able to go in there and actually update it. So I'm going to go in and update it. I'm going to add some stuff and make it epic. And then from there, we're going to see when those two timelines converge. I'm saying timelines, but that might not be the right term here. Let's say that level 1 is Saga, level 3 is the Antechamber, the core, and everything that it goes on in terms of sitting around the fire with all of this, of what we do. And then now they are kind of merging in Ragnarok, which is level 2. The end of the old, the beginning of the new. And that actually rhymed. That was cool. Ragnarok is supposed to happen during the summer, and it is happening. Very much without us even having to try. But I have to go in and make it clear, communicate that, exactly what it is, and then just show you guys as we go, as we have since the beginning. And if you haven't already, you should join the Discord server, because that's free. thelazyforce.com/discord. In the same nature as all of the other things, we're still structuring and we're still finding the path of most logic and epicness, because it all leads to one place. And all of this is going to be revealed as we go. Building the plane in the air. We just installed the autopilot. Okay. With that said, I love you. Thank you. I appreciate you for being here and giving me your time. And I will see you in the next one, won't I? Yeah. I look forward to that. I hope you do too. I hope that I'm not cutting you off short by pressing the button right now and ending the stream. I'm not sure if I should just sit quiet for a few minutes and then click the button just to be sure. I'll do that. Take care of frickin' family. Love your face. Have an epic day. And just make it epic.